Let me ask you a question. Imagine if you could arrive in a new city without knowing anyone, open up the local paper or Craigslist, then generate $5,000 or more within 30 days, and do so from the homes for rent ads, and do so without cash, credit, or borrowing a cent, and without asking for a job of any kind. Next, what if you could learn a few more ideas that would let you repeat the process that made you the $5,000 and assemble $25,000 as an example? Then invest that $25,000 in a simple income property. Then, within a year, get back your $25,000 investment plus an additional $25,000 profit. So you now have $50,000. And in the process, you will have created $5,000 per year in permanent rental income for yourself from that first property, which you keep. Then you repeat the same steps with the $50,000. And within 5 years, it's possible to create $1 million net worth from your property equities, put about $350,000 in your checking account tax-free to keep or reinvest. Plus, you will have created an ongoing permanent income of $75,000 per year or more in rentals without more work. And you could do all of this part-time, even starting from a distant location. Now, this seems like a fantasy, doesn't it? In truth, it's not Oz, but more like real-life Monopoly. I'm Scott Tonjes. After 40 years in the income property business, I've developed, actually discovered by accident and experimentation, a much smarter way to think about real estate. I simplified it so that anyone can learn it and be successful. I first discovered this monopoly idea was possible after taking a single idea from a real estate investing book in 2002 when I took the first step, and I stumbled through my first real estate transaction as an investor, not a broker. It was a vacant house, a very nice house, not a fixer-upper, that was ready for move-in. Within a few weeks, I made $8,500 with no investment and never owned or rented the house. It was a profit, not a commission. So I did more of these pretty house deals, and in time, I learned more and I experimented with it further and found that I had made $36,500 from one nice $185,000 house that I never owned. I only rented it. It's the one actually pictured here. And while helping out the owner, an attorney it turned out. I eventually did enough of these house deals that I wrote my first book about exactly how to do it. It's called How to Turn One $2,500 Investment into $500,000 in 3 to 5 years leasing homes. But that was really just a first step. I later realized I could take what I had learned from the pretty house business and combine it with what I'd learned during my 40 years of commercial real estate brokerage, commercial property management, and most of all, from what I'd learned working with some savvy clients and mentors, and that I could apply some of the best ideas to small commercial properties that most people overlook and don't fully understand. Now, I'm not talking about the big stuff, but small properties like these, apartments, offices, and retail buildings. I also learned still more from successful immigrants who came here without money or even speaking the language. This was principally when I was doing hotel brokerage, and by reading every real estate guru book I could find and buying all the courses. Summed up, it took 40 years observing and studying successful real estate investors, learning some clever tricks along the way, even a few while aboard some private jets with clients, and asking a lot of questions. Here's George's Gulfstream jet. You'll learn more about him later. And distilling the knowledge into some simple steps. As an example, I knew one simple formula I'll teach you that applies to all apartment and commercial properties to estimate value in about 25 seconds. And I had also learned that I didn't have to own a property to profit from it. So I applied this simple formula to reveal a hidden $125,000 profit potential in a vacant fourplex that I put under contract. I then sold my contract to buy the fourplex to an investor for $38,000, and I had zero investment on my part, and it was 200 miles away from where I live, by the way. I found I could earn seed capital with my computer while staying at home. I realized this was actually pretty simple. you only need the Cliff's Notes of what I learned, not 40 years of effort. This became the Cash Cow investment plan, with which I'll show you how to earn seed capital, understand and buy a first income property, and use that one property to finance more to create lifetime rental income. I then wrote 3 more books, and I now teach some of this to brokers in Colorado in a state-approved course. It's not Oz, it's real. And if you are willing to put in a little study to learn more, I've created 4 free videos, and if you like them, there's an inexpensive online course to introduce you to even more. So to see the 4 free videos, just go to my website, cashcowrealtyacademy.com, then go to the free training videos tab at the top of the screen. I think you'll get something out of it, and here's to your success.